Shadows coming at you with my first Transformers figure review. And today we are going to be taking a look at the Transformers Cybertron or Galaxy Force Ultra Class or Supreme Class, I forget which of the two, MEGATRON. And this is a very special figure for me personally. Cybertron was the series that got me into Transformers way back in the day. In another year it'll be 20 years. I can't believe that. I'm old. But yeah, so what a way to start off my video review section of the channel. And today we're starting with Megatron. So this figure is absolutely beautiful. It's so out there, but it just works so good. I know a lot of people refer to this guy as the Batmobile of Transformers, and I guess I can kind of see it, but it just looks so menacing. And I mean, it's a massive car. I mean, you see there in the cockpit, that's supposed to be for a human, and you just see how big this thing is. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, so we're gonna take a little look at this guy today, and I apologize for the sound. Not the most ideal setup today, but here you go. We'll just take a look at the details. Taking a look up front, you can see that cockpit that I was explaining, and I apologize, this figure is gonna be very dusty. I just pulled him out of a crate. Haven't had him out in a few years actually, so I haven't gotten around to polishing these guys off yet, but yeah, there you go, Decepticon, a molded Decepticon symbol, which you don't see anymore. And yeah, I mean, it looks really good for what it is. And I mean, underneath, obviously, you're gonna see how the robot works. You see the arms, the head, the legs, all that fun stuff. But yeah, so going into some features, of course, rolls, as rolling things should, to quote MGO. He does have firing missiles, and for an almost 20-year-old figure, these things launch very good. And you can see they are a translucent blue, like it's clear but it has a blue tint to it, kind of like the light piping on his head. But yeah, so you get two of these, and then you put them in here, but also you do get his cyber plant key, and this thing is awesome. As you know, the Decepticons and the Autobots have slightly different cyber keys, mainly Optimus and Megatron. So Megatron has this version, and it's translucent. It's not that blue tint, it is solely translucent. But you do have gunmetal gray, paint app, you have a molded Decepticon symbol, once again, painted on there. And yeah, there's the front. And on the back, I believe, way back in 2005, 2006, whenever the show was still coming out, I believe on the website, you could go and play a mini game, and these figures had these individualized codes, and I guess it unlocked something in the game. I did not have a computer when I was that age, so I never got to play it, so I have no idea what it did. If you do, please leave it down in the comments. I'd love to know. But yeah, this is the one that Megatron has. At least the US version does. I'm still trying to hunt down a Japanese version, but to no avail. But yeah, so what you can do with the cyber key in this mode is you'll see right here, right there. Let's pull this up so you can see better. You just put it in here, and this will flip out these little thruster sections. So in the show, whenever he would use this in car mode, or the next mode we're gonna go over, that just provides a speed boost for him. So pretty cool. But it also has lights and sounds. Unfortunately, I don't have any batteries on me, so I can't really show that off, unfortunately. But you can see down there the speaker where it would be, and then when you plug the Cyberplanet key in, you have a little LED right there, and it would just shine a bright red LED and make some weird 2000s space noise. It was strange. So, but yeah, there you go. Let me put missiles back in. And yeah, we will move into some comparisons, excuse me. So there we go, we have Megatron. And now, for comparison, here he is with the original Transformers Armada Megatron. So you can see how these two scale together. Obviously, the Cybertron version is bigger. So there's the original Megatron. And here he is with the Transformers Energon figure. See that? See how those two scale. This is going to be fun, the next review. Alright, so there he is with Energon Megatron. And now, here he is with the big boy. The King Starscream. After he absorbed Primus's energy in the show. Spoiler alert. But you see how much bigger Starscream is. And it is accurate, so love that. I finally got my hands on that big guy for relatively cheap. I didn't realize he was pretty cheap nowadays. So let's take him away. And here he is with Nemesis Breaker, which you will see why I have brought him out in a few. So there you go. And, of course, what's Megatron without Optimus Prime? Here he is with the Cybertron Optimus Prime. See how those two look together, and they look wonderful. And last but not least, just for a current size comparison, here he is with the Leader Class Armada Megatron that was a part of Legacy. So you can see just how massive the old Leader Class is to the wee little Legacy Leaders. So there you have that. Now that is pretty much all that he can do in his car mode. So now we will get down to transformation. And if you have seen Transformers Cybertron, you know this iteration of Megatron is in fact a triple changer. So he does have his car mode, and he does have his Cybertronian jet mode. And again, kind of gets a pass just because it's a Cybertronian jet mode, not an Earth-based jet mode. So yeah, so to do that, it's fairly easy. So hope I can keep this in focus. So you just want to flip up these little wings. They're not the easiest things to do. God, these are a lot to fight. But yeah, so next, you want to come here and split these sections. You want to pull these, disconnect these, and you want to flip these back. Let's see. And right here, you see these sections right here are on sliders. So you want these to be all the way here, if I'm not mistaken. Make sure that you want to do that. And then this post right here will go into this clear port on the back wheels. So you just want to plug these in, plug these in. Oh, wrong hole. And there you go. Make sure these are oriented properly. And there you go. There is Cybertron Megatron's jet mode. So it's not bad. Definitely have seen worse jet formers. And like I said before, it's a Cybertronian jet, so it gets a pass. So, but I mean, it looks alright. It's jet. It's got wings and got the thrusters and all that fun stuff. So basically nothing has changed from car mode, so everything you can do in car mode you can do in the jet mode. So there you have that. And now I'm not going to bother doing size comparisons again. I could show Galaxy Prime in his flight mode, but I'll save that for his review. But yeah, so here we go. Now let's get down to transformation. So I like to take these off, disconnect these, pull them out, and you will want them still, it's slid all the way forward, and we'll work on the legs first. So let's see if I can zoom out just a little bit so you can see more of what I'm doing. So you just want to unpeg the legs either side, and now flip them around. You want to bring the waist down. Oh, don't do that yet. You want to rotate the thighs so the screw is facing back. And just straighten out the legs. And now you want to flip this piece up. You see this little post that will go into this port right there. You want to click that in. And then this post right here on the purple section goes right into that same transparent one. And there you have a leg all done. Do it on this side. Put that in there. And now you want to bring the waist section all the way down, and it is quite tight. So let's make sure. There you go. Now he's standing, thank goodness. And raise up the camera just a little bit. Hopefully that's not too dark. So now you want to split the arms at the nose section, and be careful. I did have a breakage on my Galvatron copy where, let me show you, and it is incredibly difficult to get off sometimes. I want to be gentle, but sometimes you two just gotta, oh, please don't break. I mean, the plastic is fairly good, but there we go. All right, make sure everything's okay. Nothing broke. So basically what has happened, this section up here, sometimes this section will just rip out. I haven't seen it too often. I've just had it happen on one of my copies. Granted, I got it secondhand, so who knows how the previous owner treated the figure. But yeah, so now you want to rotate these sections back just to give you some clearance. So do that. And then you want to flip these sections out, bring the arms down, and they will just sit into these little ports up here. It's a very loose connection. It's not the securest, but you want to then push the cockpit section down. It's quite tight. And then you want to unclip this, bring it down, and then you want to make sure these sections tab in to the back, and you'll hear it somewhat sometimes. if you have it straight, which I did not, but there you go. And then flip these sections in, bringing the arms down. The legs do like to split a little bit. Balancing this guy is a fun act sometimes, but he is very stable once you get him. So now, I just want to take the arms, let me focus, rotate them, bring this down, and then this post will go into this port in the back of the arm. And just put that in there so it looks like this. And flip shoulder spikes out. Do the same here. Bring down, tab, boom, shoulder spikes. And now this is the part of the transformation that bothers me so much, because every reviewer I have seen that has reviewed this guy has done it wrong. So what you want to do, some people will just leave it out like this, or they'll leave it down like this, and it looks so bad. But what you're supposed to do is take it, bring it up here, and remember, these are all the way in. Bring it down, bring it up, and then you want to maneuver it so this purple spike is right underneath this armature. And you want to do it on this side. Do that. And this is how the backpack is supposed to look. That's how it looked in the show. That's how it should be in the figure. So now, let's do the finishing touches. Bring this down just slightly. And rotate his head outwards. Bring it up. And then flip his horns. And there you go. There is Cybertron Megatron in his robot mode. And I'm sorry, this design is so cool. I mean, I get it. It doesn't have a fusion cannon, but, you know, I can live with it. He more than makes up for it in just his power. So, yeah, this design, it's very, very menacing. And the color choices were kind of weird, not gonna lie, but you know what? It works. I've grown up with it. It's my Megatron. So, yeah, there we go. But let's just take a little look at him here. If you have seen the Unicron trilogy, mainly Armada and Energon, if you look at his shoulders, they are very Unicron-esque. And that's partially because I know in Energon, Galvatron goes into the sun, basically destroys Unicron for once and for all. At least in the English version. I don't know how Superlink went. That's the Japanese version. But yeah. So eventually, however Megatron came back after doing that, absorbed Unicron. So he essentially had the armor of Unicron. And that's why he's so powerful. So yeah, I just thought that was a little nice little touch. You got the nice spiky backs of the forearms. You got the nice molded Decepticon symbol. The chest piece, which I believe Megatron had. It was supposed to be black but clear here. I don't remember. I'll have to look again, but yeah, some of the colors are slightly off. Like the purple is supposed to be a little bit more vibrant, but I know the Takara version did that a little bit better, which I still have to track down. But yeah, so it's a very clean transformation. He has these sections hanging off of him, but he's supposed to, so it is show accurate. And it's very hard to not be show accurate because they basically used the toy models for the CG models in the show. But yeah, so you see you have the wings. I just leave these extended just because that's where I like to store the cyber key. But yeah, so there you have that. Now, for articulation, the head is on a swivel, a very tight swivel. It doesn't go too far. It goes about that far, which is not far at all, but it doesn't really need it. The arms can do a full 360, of course. The back section is going to get in the way, so if you move that, you can do the full 360, but you really don't need it, personally. It does have upper bicep rotation. He does have a double jointed arm, so you get way more than 90 degree. Then there, you have wrist rotation, which most freaking Voyagers and leader classes don't even have this anymore, which is a shame. And then you do have a little bit of waist rotation if you kind of unpeg things and all that. You can get a slightly more, and you do kind of get an ab crunch, not really. It's just something you can do if you manipulate the joints. But yeah, so legs go forward that far, back that far. Legs do almost 90 degrees, pretty much 90 degrees, but almost. And then legs can go out, so he can do the full splits. You do have a thigh rotation, and you do kind of have ankle tilt, and you do have up and down. It's like one click either way, but yeah, you do have ankle tilters. And keep in mind, this came out in 2006, 2005, one of the two, but early 2000s, so you did not get half this articulation. I think this was one of the most articulated Transformers figures of the time, so pretty freaking cool. But that is about it for articulation. Let's go over some of the features. So, of course, what's Megatron without weapons? So we'll go take the Cyber Planet key out, and we will go into the first weapon, and you push the key in here. It'll raise this section up, take it, and it is, I believe on the box it said it's a spike cannon, which it doesn't shoot. It's just a big spiky club almost. But this will go onto his forearm here, and you can put it on either, but in the show it was always his left one. So we'll have that, and then later in the show he also comes with this. You just pull this section out, take the key out, and then I just put it back in here because you won't be using it anymore. And you take this section, his wheel, you flip it out, and here you go. Here is his Gatling gun. So, and it plugs right into his hands, the normal 5mm ports. So you have Megatron all armed up and looking very badass. So I absolutely adore this look. He just looks so menacing and so powerful, and in the show he was a monster, to say the least. So very cool. The spikes do move, but it's more putting it back into his back. And like I said, you just gotta finagle the joints ever so slightly to get him in a decent pose. But another thing for the wheel, you take this little section here and it recreates the spinning, and it's not great on mine. Like, it'll get to about right here and then just stop. So yeah, but if you do this, it works. But yeah, so there you have that. And now, let's get ready for some comparisons. Here he is with the original Transformers Armada Megatron. And you can see a lot bigger head to head, so, and just how much articulation difference in this is pretty much a brick, and that is like a fully posable action figure. So there you go. Here he is with Transformers Energon Megatron, and again you can see bigger. And I do love this design for Megatron. I just wish they would have cleaned up the proportions just a little bit, but you know. And again, this is pretty much a brick as well. Essentially had the same articulation that the Armada Megatron had, except knee joints. But yeah, so there you go. And here he is with the big boy. And the ratchet joint on mine just does not work on this leg, so I do apologize. But you see, the big boy, the King Starscream, and Megatron still kicked his ass. But hey, he tried. He tried. And now here he is with Cybertron Nemesis Breaker. Again, you will see why here soon, but yeah, there he is with his little lion bot that he created with the Shadow Spark of Unicron, because homeboy can just make Transformers now. So, very cool. And here he is with Cybertron Optimus Prime in his base form. So you see Megatron absolutely towers over him, as he should. But yeah, you see Optimus is just a little guy. So let's get him into his super mode. And here he is with Optimus in his super mode. So you can see they're a little bit more equals here, but Megatron is still bigger, which again should be. So yeah, move this up just a little bit. You can see how they look together, and they look stunning. My favorite iterations of these two by far. So there you go. And now I'll bring in two leader class. You have the Studio Series Concept Bumblebee Movie Megatron, just because I have him out, and with the Armada Megatron from Legacy. So there you have those guys, and they definitely do not make leaders anymore. These are just slightly big Voyagers. It's a mess. But yeah. And last but not least, what is a review without today's choice of alcohol? So here he is with a little bottle of Fireball that I killed before this review. So you can see how that goes, and I think Megatron would be a Fireball drinker, but that's just me. So there you have that. So that takes us to the next portion of this review. Let me put his weapons up, because there's still more you can do with this guy. So just to put the weapons back, fold the spikes, and then this post will go into this port here. So just make sure you line everything up, click that into place, good to go. And now take the gun, take it out of his hand, fold it up, make sure it is in this orientation, and you want to take this post and it'll fit into that port. Just make sure, again, line it up correctly, it'll fit right in. Take the key out and lock that back into place. So now he's back in his robot mode without his weapon. So now, like I showed off Nemesis Breaker earlier, Megatron can actually combine with Nemesis Breaker to form, what was it, Dark Claw mode? I believe it was. So yeah, it's not the greatest in figure form, mainly due to Nemesis Breaker. But to get him ready, you want to take this section, fold it over his arm, make sure that's clicked up into place. You want to rotate his arm all the way out like this. So this post right here will go into this green port right there. So you just want to untab his midsection. Also flip this fin section out. You want to pull the arm all the way in and then flip it up and tab that in, and then you want to close his midsection up. Fold this there, and now Megatron is ready to combine with Nemesis Breaker. So let's bring him in here. So now we take Nemesis Breaker, and this is him ready for combination. Like I said, kind of sucks, but you know, this is what we have to work with. So you want to take this combination post, put it into this port on his arm, just give it a squeeze, and there you go. Now he has a massive arm, and his hips on this copy don't like to hold him, so he is unfortunately gonna start doing that mess. So yeah, he is very weighty now. I'll have to tighten up the screws, but yeah, my copy is kind of being annoying. Alright, so I'll just hold him. But there you go. There he is in his Dark Claw mode. Of course, if you want to do the power up, you can do the power up on Nemesis Breaker, and there you go. And it does, you can move it, even though this thing is not gonna, it's not really practical, but you can definitely do it. So there you have that. Now let me rip him off. There we go. So yeah, so let me put him off to the side. Let's get Mr. Megatron back. Put that out. And peg that. Flip up. Tab in. Flip. And then there you have that. So there you have Cybertron Megatron, and I just realized there's something else you can do, but that's more for Galvatron, so I think I'll save it for the Galvatron review, which hopefully should be coming very soon after I take a rest, because this review is beating the crap out of me. But yeah, so there you have good old Cybertron Megs. An absolutely stunning figure. I absolutely adore this figure, especially for its time. It is so advanced. One of the most posable figures, I think, from that era. So definitely really, really cool in that respect. And just the sheer amount of shit you can do with him, you know? Like, he has got 3 modes. He can combine with Nemesis Breaker on either arm, by the way, but normally it is his left arm, because Optimus uses his right arm. But, you know, you can choose whichever. But yeah, so really good figure. Absolutely adore it. If you can find one that's complete, which is so hard to do, I definitely recommend it. It's definitely a solid figure to pick up, and I'm very, very disappointed that we have not gotten a third-party figure of this guy. We were so close. Make Toys had announced it along with Optimus, and we would eventually get a Galvatron repaint, and also the Thundercracker and Skywarp repaint of their Galaxy Meteor, their Cybertron Starscream, which is phenomenal. But unfortunately, a few years ago, Make Toys went under, so any hope of that is gone. I think the only things they release anymore are repaints of their G1 Seeker molds, which I think TF Source has the rights to it or something, because they have released so many versions of that stupid mold. It's kind of sad at this point, but whatever. But yeah, so sadly I don't think we'll see an updated version of this guy anytime soon. I'm hoping with Age of the Primes maybe, or whatever toy line is after that. I know the only Cybertron figures we've gotten in Legacy were Override, but that was an exclusive line. We got Hotshot, Cybertron Starscream, Vector Prime, which Legacy Vector Prime bugs me. We also got the Titan class Legacy Metroplex, which I do have him. He's awesome. He's kind of buried right now, or else I would have taken him out for the review, but he is massive. So yeah. But here's hoping. I hope they don't do him dirty like they did Siege Galaxy Prime. It was an okay figure, but it needed its own figure. I mean, we need a new mold and everything, but I kind of don't see us getting them anyways, so oh well. But here we can hope. But yeah, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know I used to do reviews on my other channel, and I was probably a lot better than I am now. I'm exhausted right now, so I tried. But I hope you guys enjoyed, and leave a like and ring that notification bell after you subscribe so you never miss out on a future review or video in general. And I do want to open it up to you guys. Do you guys prefer these sort of full-length review, or would you rather like a quick 5-10 minute video that doesn't showcase the transformation or anything, just different poses, maybe with some music or something? Let me know, because I'm open to either, and I'm even open to doing both of them if you guys so wish. I enjoy doing these. They are very tedious sometimes, but I think it's worth it, just to show my love for some older figures and give them some new life in 2025. So I'll shut up now, but thanks guys, and until next time, drink and destroy.